What are some of the most difficult ingredients to source and why?
Good brewers?
Yeah.
I can start on this one.
It seems seems hops is a pretty
I think that
universal.
would be,
Hops is number one.
Yeah.
There's the main growing area of hops for us is the Yakima Valley for all of us, and there's no more farming space in the Yakima Valley. They're completely full, so they're now going to Idaho and they're looking for other areas to grow hops because we're drinking a beer right now, Hopalooyah's, which is full a brand new hop that just came out in the last year. It's full of it, and so all of us have to contract these hops a year or two in advance, wait for them, get them. Everybody wants them. There's not enough space to grow hops. So I'd also say that malt prices are going up, and malt has been really inconsistent.
That was the next difficult thing that may be coming to contracts as well as some malts.
And we, you know, as Blacklist, being so young, we haven't had the time to establish contracts. So for us, hops is a really big thing, and it's not necessarily getting hops; it's the variety of hops that you want.
right.
It's very disheartening to have your mind set on a certain variety of hop that you want for your beer, and be told that it's pretty much impossible to get.
Yep.
So
That they're gone for the next year.
yeah,
And they're black marketing it at 3 times what the normal price is, which happens, believe it or not. Yeah.
That's another posting on probrewer.com that didn't exist prior to 2007, was ingredients for sale. But then there was the hop crisis of 2007 and 8, where Cascade hop, for example, was one of those that was in very short supply. So we were on the spot market, and we had consistently paid $3.75 to $4.25 a pound, and all of a sudden it was $40 a pound. So then everybody was doing these big contracts because they were afraid that they would no longer be able to get a certain variety of hops. That pressure on the market was only for 1 year, and all of a sudden everybody's got they've contracted surplus of hops. So now you see this listing. I'm dying here because I got to pay for all these hops that I'm not going to use. Will somebody buy them from me? So if you have a chance, sometimes if your timing is right, you can get some hops that you wouldn't ordinarily be able to get because you couldn't contract them. They were already spoken for. It's a very difficult game to play.
It is. We also help each other a lot. Like somebody's in a bind, we'll throw a box of hops. We just helped Vet Paddle. Liftbridge just bailed us out. We'll call some of the big breweries, New Belgium, Sam Adams. They'll give you excess hops, and that's been really a great. There's a lot of help and camaraderie. But Dale said the hops went up to $40 a pound, which is legit. We didn't make our pints cost $10 a pint. You guys, so we ate that. Yeah, there were tough times.
We took it out of labor. That's when we cut back on our labor force. I mean, we just did.
Now, you guys all mentioned hops, and that kind of seems to be the most difficult ingredient, but malt was also brought up. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? On different kinds of grains being scarce or harder to source than others?
I haven't, the scale that we're at, I haven't run into too many issues. I haven't noticed costs creeping up a little bit, but we aren't dealing with nearly the volume that some place like the Brew House or Canal Park or Lake Superior are. So they would probably have a little more difficulty getting the grain.
So far that hasn't been a reality yet, but one of our malt suppliers said it's likely coming in the near future, but things can change.
And one other great thing that we have is the water we keep talking about. Well, what if Arizona or Vegas or something gets our water?
Mm-hmm.
That isn't going to happen, right? But our water is our most it's our best resource.
It is. Being down at Four Peaks Brewing in Phoenix, the brewer was explaining to me that Phoenix has 4 aquifers that they draw on at any minute of any day, and they're all completely different water. So what they have to do is go through the expense of doing a reverse osmosis, getting the water down to 0, and then whatever they're brewing, then they need to add minerals back. We've got some of the best water on the planet, not just for brewing, but for consumption. a million years ago when I was in college. One of the professors was telling the class that Duluth has the second purest municipal water in the world. That we could dip water out of the lake and still be better than 88% of cities after treatment.
Yeah,
So
there's
it's
lists online
phenomenal.
about that. Like, yeah, it's true.